I see these guys every single day. You guys only see like the finished product. You guys see what's on the court. You guys see what's when the cameras are on, when there's media access. You guys don't see the ups and downs of us in the locker room talking things out. You guys don't see us in practice trying to figure things out. And we all want to win. And obviously there's ups and downs of it, and we have times where we look disconnected and we look connected. That's just team. That's basketball. That's sports. That's life. There's going to be ups and downs. It's all about how you move on and how you get how you move in a positive direction, regardless if things are negative or positive.
I'll go right.
All right, my fellow Knicks fans, we have arrived. I mean, game 2 just ended, and I gotta say, at this point right here, I had to get back to the crib just to look at this game again, as it was the best Knicks game I've ever seen in my lifetime. This is my first NBA Finals being able to see the Knicks in it, just live in the flesh. And at this pivotal moment right here with Josh Hart having multiple fouls, I believe he had 4 fouls, same thing for Karl-Anthony Towns, and JB having to get rest, Mike Brown went with this lineup, and it was so good. It fucking worked out so perfect that he subbed them out in the 4th quarter at the 10-15 mark. It goes to show you the trust and the confidence level of this team right now. 13 fucking wins in a row during the playoffs. Us Knicks fans could have never imagined this shit. This right here is a very pivotal moment because look at Wemby. He's out there on the court. No JB. And the Knicks in game 1 in that 1st quarter, they lost in those minutes with Wemby sitting out there on the bench. They got outscored. But Mikal Bridges is completely running this offense, getting guys open looks. He was not only scoring, he was getting guys open looks. But we're going to get into it because it just wasn't this very exact moment in the playoffs where the Knicks kind of had things in the balance. Things were on the line, and they came through. It also happened in the Atlanta Hawks series. But it's something about Bridges. It's almost like he had a bop to him. Just look at him right here, getting Money Mitch going. Let's not forget JB had went out at this moment in the game. We're down 2-1. The Knicks are on the road, only up by single digits. And Karl-Anthony Towns, Jordan Clarkson, alongside Jose, made some key plays for the next 5 minutes while JB was in the locker room. Karl-Anthony Towns right here, he was playmaking. We're going to keep jumping in this time machine as we go back to game 2. The same crucial minutes. No JB, no Josh Hart, no Karl-Anthony Towns. But the Knicks, they have multiple playmakers. Deuce, this was a big fucking shot. That's what got everything going. The Knicks really have a complete fucking team. Even Jordan Clarkson, he was a big part of this initial, I don't want to say comeback, but just the Knicks maintaining the league without JB. Jumping back into game 2, this time Landry Shamet. Look at the defense on Castle. Just stop that dribble penetration, and the Knicks are out. And just look at Bridges right here. This is where everyone just kind of got in rhythm. Again, it's not just the offensive side of the ball. I mean, Clarkson, in those crucial minutes in Atlanta, defensively, he was holding it down. And throughout the media in New York City, you'll never, ever get the credit you deserve because heading into these finals, make no mistake about it, you are the favorite. The San Antonio Spurs are relying on a superstar who averaged about 29 minutes a game, and his team didn't necessarily need him in crunch time situations in order to close out games. He's not quite there yet. Like, I don't even have to go to the game 1 mistakes. Just check out Wemby right here. He's forcing up shots, and these are crucial moments in the game right here. And you're going to see him in another possession. Like, look at this shot. He's not quite there yet. You don't see guys that they normally call MVPs have possessions like that in the playoffs. And it's not just in the finals or in game 1 and game 2. It's throughout the whole playoffs and regular season. Wemby is still relatively processing the game. And it's a normal progression. It's nothing against the brother, but the fact that the Knicks are as hot as they are and the media is acting like they are not the favorites coming in, it's just insane. They got the better closer, the better bench, physicality, offensive shooting. OG Anunoby out in the wing just compromised most of their perimeter players regardless. But just going back into game 2, Mitchell Robinson in the paint, he was a lot to deal with, including for Wemby. And on the same trip down the court, just look at Mitch just grabbing offensive boards. Look at Jose. I mean, this is just too much. The Knicks are a lot to deal with for teams. See right there, Wemby was frustrated. But at this point of the game, they should be dominating with Josh Hart, Cat, and Brunson out. You got Castle, Fox, Wemby. The Spurs definitely sense it. The game is just slipping away. Some of these minutes where guys are just sitting out, particularly the starters, in game 2, we seen the Spurs make an adjustment because with Wemby sitting out, they kind of went to hack a Mitch, disrupting the Knicks offense, knowing that in game 1, in that fourth quarter and third quarter, the Knicks won those minutes, and that allowed them to close the gap and get right back into the game. So the Knicks weren't the only ones in foul trouble. The Spurs having Castle out at this point in the game, 7 minutes left in the second quarter with him having 3 fouls. It took away that lockdown defender in the perimeter, and the Knicks easily got switches. Look at Karl-Anthony Towns on Fox right here. And this is when Mikal Bridges started eating. That's a sick pass by Cat on 3 players. I mean, Cat was in a different element in that first half. Again, with Castle being out, less perimeter defenders right here. You got Vessel, Fox, those are the weaker ones. And you got the rookie Bryant. Vessel is out here. Brunson, really in this series so far, he loves getting switches to go one-on-one with Vessel and Champelli. Or Champagne. I forgot his fucking last name, but homie's from Brooklyn, from NYC, I believe. He might be from Staten Island. I believe he went to high school in Brooklyn. Bishop Loughlin. But yeah, JB just easily gets by. And once again, that's because Castle is out. They were harassing JB throughout this game 2. Now, before we get to the closing moments, I want to say this with Leon Rose. This team that he has built has actually been the first time, I would say even in my lifetime, that the Knicks actually had a team that fit the current era. This quote-unquote parity era. This team is deep. They have guys on good contract, multiple players, even Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, of course, be having the best contract. Karl-Anthony Towns' deal over time will get better as the cap goes up, but they are pretty deep. And as you can see, the Spurs, they're struggling once they start going to their regular rotations to keep up with this Knicks team. There's a lot of guys that can kill you a number of ways. Shaman, of course, has been going off in these playoffs. My man Shaman has earned a nice contract coming up this off season, but it's going to be expensive to keep all these guys on this team going forward. But we're going to enjoy the moment for now, and make no mistake about it, NYC, this is your time. Now, hopping right back into game 2, I thought the momentum shifted here after this block. Wemby with a sick recovery. I thought the Knicks took their foot off the gas a little bit. Settling for threes a little bit too much. I guess you live and die by the 3 nowadays. But a 21-5 run to end the game? Shit. Here's a prime example right here. The shot clock is winding down. This isn't bad. But the offensive possession right here, like, we could just reset. Taking this 3-point shot over Wemby? I'm not saying JB is wrong right here, but we kind of got settled into taking these types of 3-point shots during that 21-5 run by the Spurs. On this championship level, teams are not going to give up. They're always going to make runs. Even in the Eastern Conference, what the Cavaliers did was sort of unheard of. It did look like they gave up sometimes, but I believe they just didn't really have an answer for what the Knicks were doing. Here's another questionable shot. Since when Bridges just takes fadeaways on Wemby like this? You know, in this 3-point copycat era league that we're in right now, sometimes a little patience goes a long way against these young teams making mistakes like this. Get some easy transition points. JB with a hell of a layup right there. But again, the Knicks were in a nice ass position to just let the Spurs make their mistakes, capitalize, and just get those transition points. Ironically, Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson were asked about leaning on their experience versus a younger team. You guys check it out. Every once in a while, I'll check in.
You've been on the other side, a young team trying to figure it out against a more experienced ball club. Is there a part of you that looks at a game like today, the way that it played out, and thinks, you know, like it's our time?
I think I have been on the other side where you're a young team and you you're trying to do a lot to win the game, and I think that for us, we keep leaning on experience, and we keep leaning on the word execution. And I think we did a good job when we needed to executing, but we didn't do as well as we want to. So when we get back to New York, we'll get back to work, we'll get back to the gym, and try to correct the mistakes we made tonight.
I gotta say, San Antonio is one hell of a ball club, because you would think the way they're playing, most of their guys are about 5 to 7 years into the league. I mean, shit, the way the NBA is today, a lot of the younger players are now ahead of schedule. If you're around 27, 28, 29, you're considered an unk today. OKC in last year's finals kind of set a new standard of just having the average age of the team be 25 years old and them being an NBA champion. But it is what it is. I gotta say, this is just a quick reaction right here, because Game 2 was one hell of a thing going on. It was pretty chippy. My man De'Aaron Fox was going crazy. Brunson looked like he was about to turn up. His pops came off the bench. I mean, you gotta love it. This is what the NBA Finals is all about. And it's about time that the NBA, I would say lexicon, the rest of the NBA fan bases see how the league looks like when the real big dogs are in the finals. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm going to do more concept-based things of what went on in the series. And, we're going to get more into a deeper bag. But this was a nice little touch-up on a game that I thought, I would say in my lifetime, was perhaps the best NBA Finals games I've ever seen. So until next time, you fellas, stay safe. Peace.